Welcome to you all. Tonight is another edition of the Aba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union. I'm glad to be here. It's been a few days and we had to give it few days because it has been a hell of a journey. But we are glad again to be here, and your host is Madam Abba A. Anderson. We are glad to be here once more. Kindly share this video, invite others to join because tonight is going to be a forum. We are going to discuss in depth. We are going to be part of the community. We are going to work and talk about progress in agriculture. We are also going to focus on how best we can work together in the interest of our economy. If you have just joined us, we'd like to highly welcome you to this edition of the Aba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union. Again, remember, this is the only platform that gave credence to agriculture and embrace the transformation of agriculture. We'd like to welcome you. And we like to say to all our fans, congratulations for following the nation most talk about agriculture platform. We want to say congratulations for believing in us and trusting in us and being a part of this family. And we want to also say congratulations for a transformation, in our Liberian society. We have never ever been able to give the ideas or to be able to form as part of the network when it comes to food production. In Liberia, we feel that our food production is not of much needed attention, but this platform is designed to change the narrative. This platform is designed to elevate farming initiatives. This platform is designed to encourage and inspire farmers across Liberia to work together and to escalate farming from hand to mouth into transitional farming. And this is the place where we talk about the ways out. This is the place that we motivate ourselves and we've shared our ideas and inspire our local farmers. And this is where we give access to the farmers themselves to speak out their mind, to bring out their own suggestions. And this is the platform that gave honor to farmers worldwide. So if you have just joined us for the first time, we embrace you with a love and care. We embrace you and we are here to move together. Thank you. And I'm going to be right back as the show starts. But we want you to kind of fasten your seatbelt because this ride is going to be a little bumpy. But get set and get ready because we are in it and we are in it for good. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Abak Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, with Abak Organic producing high quality food with low environmental impact. Organic farming will play an essential role in developing and maintaining a sustainable food system in Liberia. To achieve this target and to help the organic sector reach its full potential, Abak Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, is putting forth an action plan for increased organic production in Liberia, including encouraging and supporting Liberians to go back to the soil and produce more food, negotiating and shifting local farm products for timely income benefits of farmers, working with farmers to grow more food, eat some, sustain their homes, and supply other parts of the world. Training farmers to transition from manual to mechanized farming. In Aba Organic Farm, the Bureau of Farmers Union, our mission is to ensure a stable supply of affordable food to increase and safeguard the income of Liberian farmers to keep Liberia and its rural areas sustainably vibrant. You can become a member of Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union right now. Just dial 0880 547 543 or 0776 570 925 or 0886 199299 or 0777 567777, or you can directly contact our CEO Abae Addison on +447 943 523387 and you join immediately. Aba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, we are partners for good.
And so we are partnering for good. This is how we begin tonight topic. So tonight we are going to focus on reasons why we as Liberians should escalate farming. Why should we as Liberians focus on food production? Why should we Liberians now grab the attention of food productivity in and outside Liberia? Why should we as Liberians now look at the possibility of investing in agriculture? Why is it now the time? I want you to sit back. I just want you to relax yourself. If you have any comments, the comment section is open. And sorry, I will just put online our contact numbers. So you can call on WhatsApp if you want to interact. It's also open to the public. So you can call those numbers online and you can be given an access to talk or to write. All of these comments are valuable. Tonight, why should we as Liberians come together to work in the interests of all Liberians? Why? If you may have been looking back of our country beginning, if you have been around and maybe have had the experience, oh sorry, sometimes I do have calls coming through. I'm so sorry. So maybe you have lived from the 80s to the 90s, or from the 50s to the 60s, or from the 40s to the 50s, wherever area of life you have lived within Liberia. It tells you the decade of different patterns that we have been into. It tells you how much and how far we have come from our beginning till now. It speaks a lot of volumes. It tells you the entire nation what we have been into and how we got to here. I know sometimes people seems to not understand, but it has been from generation to generation. When the country was first founded, yeah, we heavily depend on agriculture. We were producing and we were able to market. And that was how our forefathers were able to connect with other with other counties and with other towns and villages. And that's how we started. We also started by trade. So we were moved from one place to another. And we were able to form the country called Liberia today. Before the slaves were able to go back to Liberia, there were already people living in Liberia. And those people were surviving in Liberia. all because of that activities that were going on. And then we then fast forward it to the 90s. In the 80s, we have good connections when it comes to agriculture. Matter of fact, the president then had interest in agriculture, and that was when he was, everyone was going back to the soil, go back to the soil and stuff like that. And so we never had problem with the kind of food. And besides, we didn't have a massive population. But then, Liberia was on a small number, so it was easy to cope with the food. As we progressed from the 90s, we had a war that lasted for years. We had a war that could not stop. And because we had this war that couldn't stop, and so we were able to come. Sorry, director, I'm on live. You want to join the program tonight? Please mute your phones, and then I will call you right back to come in. Hello? Okay, I'll call you back right after that. So we had this population that was not as much as it is now. We had this group, excuse me, of people that were living in Liberia comfortably. People were going about doing their businesses. We had different organizations. We had stable economy. I'm not saying the economy was at its best, but I'm saying we had security, we had food, and so Liberia was attracting the world because we had things we used to export. We had iron ore, timber, rubber, and all of that. We had them all. And so because we had all of this, we were exporting. Liberia began to be attracting the world through trade, through economic stability, because of the security we had, that area where we could come in and live and work and move everywhere, anywhere without much fear. And because the society was so big, built on love and unity, we were there up until this change started. Since the change started, where we all embrace as one, Liberia and Liberians have never seen peace till today. We may just try to think we are in peace, but there is always something else. We thought we were in peace when we had World War One. We thought we were in peace when we had World War Two. We still thought we were in peace when we had no money coming in. And then after all, when the UN and everything, army back on the ceasefire and everything, we thought we had peace. But we still are still looking for peace. That is why every 6 years we are changing one leadership to another, because we are in search of that peace. And that peace that we have been looking for is within us. And that peace is all that we need. Tonight we want to tell you all that in where we have been built, if we continue to neglect it, we will always continue to find peace elsewhere, which it is hard to get. Today, we are not holding bullets in our hands or guns in our hands, flying bullets all over, but we are in economic war. This war comprises of stealing and robbing, as well as insecurity, as well as food. We are struggling. There is no if and but about it. And when we are talking about struggling, we are not talking about 10%. No, we are not even talking about 20%. No. As much as we have gone deeper in Liberia, we have seen more suffering than what we see on the Facebook. The deeper we have encountered with our local people have escalated the figure of poverty in Liberia. That is why we cannot seem to see where we are going. That is why we are still embedded with poverty. That is why our mindset must change. That's where we have come. You know, there are so many bridges that you cross. But these bridges are not just meant for walking. It is meant to build community and connect community. Some bridges, people walk on it, and other bridges, it's just for goods and services to move from one point to another. So this community that we are talking about is not a community that people do not know of. It's not a community that our leaders or our people do not know of. There is no success in agriculture with the absence of leadership intervention. And you can check that out for those of you who go far. You can go in every area of your research and you can see it. Today, as we are heading towards election, we should also have this in mind that the election is for days or hours or whatever. But our production and our food security lasts for years. And we must seek the interests of our people if we really want to change our lives. We must be able to know that what we have been doing for years, seeking parties over development, have brought Liberia to nothing. Today, we are happily going to the pool, which we happily honor those that have registered to go. And we honoring them and motivating them to go. But we also think it is necessary now that as Liberia is being noted on the world map as one of the poorest, it is time to erase that idea and embrace a transformation into what we know best. Liberia, we do not know, or Liberians, we do not know nothing more than going back in our villages and our towns, going back into our very communities. Hey, going back to our very homes with a smile on our faces. We might all have, most of us travel to different countries, but we never forget one thing. When we go back home, our home food. We must have enjoyed the best luxuries of life in different parts of the world, but I can guarantee most of us that we still miss that home taste of Mama Liberia. That we still miss the heartbeat of the country and the continent that connect us and give us the value of being called human. Give us an identity that make us unique. This is a place where most of us have always taken from, but we do not bring back. But it does not matter right now. What it matters now is how best we can think and focus and change our mindset and embrace the change that we really have hoped for or waiting for. Change comes with consequences, and those consequences are for us to adjust ourselves, to clean our mind. Those change that we want must be a part of us all. We must all work for change. I do not believe that change is only to write on. Change is beyond what you write. It is an attitude. Change, it is an attitude that occur directly from your mind onto the physical. And change can be even with material and other things. Change comes in different forms and in different places and in different ways. Change may come in a community, but you will never know there is a change in that community until you have come to understand that change in your mind. I'm calling on you all as Liberians. We have done all we have done. No one right and no one to be blamed at this point of time. We must not blame, or we must not take on the blaming game. We must not stand in the rain and think there is going to be tears that will roll down and people will see. In the rain, there is no way you can cry and people see you. All in their mind is that you wet. So we are in the rain and we are crying. That is my tip to you today. We are in the rain. Liberians, we are in the rain. We are in the rain of economic hardship. We are in the rain of insecurity. We are in the rain of fear. We are also in the rain of low economic growth. We are in the rain of all employment. We are in the rain of joblessness. I would say the unemployment leads to joblessness to its higher degree. Every government, every institution experience joblessness, but we are in the rain of so much more. And we must not always blame all on government, because beyond the government or besides the government, we have other sectors that needed to function to create jobs. But also those ones are struggling too. And the world right now, I don't know, those of us that are not in Liberia have told our brothers and sisters back home what is unfolding here in the West and some other part of Africa. The world is shrinking in, my people. We are going through a lot in the world. Matter of fact, for the next 5 years, Europe and America are going to be struggling when it comes to food. Why? Because there is still war going on. In the resources of the Europe and America that we have been hoping and been believing in for years. The investor or the investment power have now been shown to us through this war. We didn't think that our people here in Europe and America will be going through this tumbling time, but we are going through it. Some may not know, but we are saying it here. And if you, maybe your country that you live in does not go through or is not going through it, just write me a text and say, what you saying is a lie. But as I stand and I'm telling you all, the world is now focusing on Africa. They are now looking up to Africa. And very soon, Africa will have to rise to feeding itself. No more much weight on India and China because that soil also is being erupted because of the massive chemical that they have to put there because they want to have a rapid growth and maximize profit to feed the nations because of the high costs and the demands. Whenever demands are high, prices also go high. Because why? Everybody want it. Because why? Everybody need it. So as we all run to our different our valuable homes, we want you to look at this. The next time that we are going to election, we must also be going to election over development because we must seek development now, not percentage. We have been seeking for so much percentage to the point now that we have almost like sold our rights for little or nothing. If opportunity is given to you as Liberians to be able to go back and develop, please develop your country. Please stop to take things that will develop the country and make that country a success. Because when Liberia is a successful country, you as Liberian begin to also be successful in the way you do things and in your mindset. That is why the people will tell you, even though your money, Mary June, your sister, your father, John Yakpawolo, but you reach for America, they gave you American people, you are hot and happy. You are not happy because you are born there, but you are happy because you have a country that will look after you. You are also happy because it is a country that is there that you can feel secure. Oh, you feel your rights and justice are there for you at the tip of your finger. Don't you think now, if we introduce that very system to Liberia, don't you think your brothers and sisters that have to fly or travel by road or in the desert and taking trains and buses and whatever just to come to the very America or Europe you are in? Don't you think that will minimize them? I was in that case. That's why I don't sit and laugh at those that are been in the desert. I may have not gone through the desert, but there came a time I was desperate to leave. There came a time I couldn't do anything because I had the mindset I have to leave. As God could have it, God helped me out. But there are still many more that since we left until today are still struggling. We all cannot depart from Liberia, but we all have a responsibility of helping ourselves. Let this election bring a change to us. A friend of mine and I was talking, and we came up with a conclusion. Even as we change or we remain, one thing we have to look at is the policy that we need. We need to visit our policy that will allow us to do things the right way. Because where there is no policy, there is no leadership. And where there is no leadership, anything can happen and anyone can go and do anything. But I'm just giving us all the conscience of going back to where we came from by rebuilding ourselves, our network in agriculture, giving that woman or that man the future in agriculture. Being able to produce, to supply to local hotels and restaurants is also going to benefit us that sit in the very offices, because we need to eat from those restaurants that you order food from, the hotels that you relax into. Right now, it is a shame that have been noted now that Liberia, even down to tomatoes, we are still ordering it. We are still ordering. When will we learn? With thousands of dollars floating in the country, we still yet to see one tractor for one county. Per county, I'm not saying per district. I'm saying a tractor per county. In as much as we have over 75% of the people in different counties live on farming as the source of income, we still yet to see one tractor to entire county. It is a shame to us. We can afford it. We do not need to wait for the American to give us tractor again. We can afford it. With a mind change, with a concept of change in our head, we as Liberians can afford a tractor for accounting. And I will not rest, like I told you. If you don't see me here 1 or 2 days, do not think I'm resting. No, I'm working behind the scene, because I am not going to rest until we can do those things that are right. How can we live in a country as big as Liberia, with a population over how many thousands of farmers there? And yeah, we do not even have charter per a whole county. But look at the county development funds that reach to county. And you tell me which county or what are the counties now that are investing? The county development fund comes with it. Bring it to us. When should we learn? Or when will we learn? We right in that country, we see the international news. Things are getting hard. Other countries are giving opportunity. Experience. We are relaxed. Only in our mind to be a beggar. I refuse that one. I will not be. We will not continue to beg. All because we desire to buy poverty and enrich ourselves with poverty. That is all we have been doing. And that is why when we are reaching out to our ministers, our directors, they refuse to answer our calls. All because they do not want us to be able to tell them that this is not the right way. I don't know who are dying and carrying money. And we're carrying money and carrying it to heaven. All these people that we have here, we will leave this paper right now and we'll leave it here. Nobody die and carry money. So use the country money wisely. Because I don't care how much you put in your account, you're going to die and you're going to leave it. I don't care how much money, how many cars you buy, you're going to still die and leave it. Do not take blood less than paper. If you understand blood is better than the paper, then you will not be doing what you are doing. How can we develop our country in the absence of feeding ourselves? How can we go on change when we refuse to change our mindset and even change our constitution to work in favor of this generation? Our constitution is still backdated. That's why everything we do, we are backdated. We do not revisit. We do not augment. We are just complacent and we think it is all right. No, it is not all right. to the point where we have thousands and thousands of dollars coming from our own revenue besides international funds. We yet do not have one director or even one minister to a farm. Do you know how much we spend on food importation in Liberia? Do you know how many thousands we spend on food importation in Liberia? We importing food left, right. Now and then, the amount of food that we Liberian ourselves be able to get, maybe we will table it down to potato, plantain, and cassava. But for the rest of them, we are looking into other countries to bring it for us. Down to pepper that we eat every day. Our people have to travel sometimes to Guinea, miles away, to bring dry pepper. And this is not one time, this is not two times, this is a consistent behavior. And nobody seems to see that it is wrong. But we have time to run after one another. We have time to destroy one another on Facebook and making confusion and doing this. We have time to go seeking for jobs, but we do not have time to do investment in ourselves. See how many farmers that have to live on only farming activities. How do you expect a nation like Liberia that is underdeveloped to have jobs when the only place that those people are looking out to has been shut down right in our faces? How do you expect those generations to go to school when there is no job in farming? Even if you grow your crops, there is no role. Even if you grow your crops, you may not manage to secure the money because no money. Even if you tried, you will only be frustrated. Like some of us, don't think I'm exempted. No, because we did it ourselves. And we find that our money was just going and nothing was coming back. All because there is no system in place that favor farming activities. And the sad thing is that the Ministry of Agriculture is mute. It's muted to the point that you don't even know your minister. If you go, challenge me, go to the rural areas and ask who is the agriculture minister. They will tell you they don't know. Who is the deputy minister of agriculture? They don't know. And not because they are not educated, but because they have not had encounter with those that they thought will be there on their behalf and advocating for them. These people do not even see our agriculture team. There are very few that will go to are those ones that they will place on Facebook for recognitions. But when you go behind the scene, then you see thousands more. One out of thousands, they give 2%, and that becomes the headline for the day. We are killing ourselves, my people. Nobody is killing us. We are killing ourselves. Other countries, the people run out to find substance to bring it back in. But Liberian mentality is to come and take out and carry it to different countries. How long have we been, extracting our income and brutalizing ourselves? And we expect for the nation to grow and develop. How can we develop when development fund come? Minister, deputy minister, the other people in government, everybody eat it. When they want to come for farmers, the ones that don't even know about farming, they take it. When it comes to education, all they see this for them. How do we develop in a land as strange as this? Our country is strange. Other countries building systems that will work and networking. Right now, we got places in Africa that are advancing and they are into tech. They are encouraging the young generation to get involved and they are increasingly getting, ideas from other places. They are networking for people to get advanced and learn new skills to be able to cope with tomorrow's society and cope with tomorrow challenges. Where our people are only being trained how to dance and play music. What do we think we are going to? If you continue to build a system that is as broken as it is right now, our young people are heavily loaded with drugs. Arms are flying in the country, in and out. If we do not go back to agriculture and build agriculture that will give us opportunity to feed ourselves, what do we think we are heading to? What do we think we are heading to, my people? We sit back, we enjoy it, but for how long? Are we going to live in a society where you can never sleep in your own house in peace? Is that the society we wish to continue to build? Or are we going to work together and build an economy that will bring us food and make job for us to be able to have people employed at all stages? So people do not have to finish with university. That's what agriculture does. If even you didn't go to school, you can be able to pick a crop. Even if you didn't go to school, you can be able to package a crops. Even if you didn't go to school, you can be able to do something that can build, that can bring you skills. Agriculture can elevate us, my people. Why are we keep running from the truth and hiding behind input, thinking that input will give answer? How long more we have to go back for another money or rest rise? Because the prices of food commodity as a reach rocket high in Europe and America, don't think that it's coming to Africa for a less price. Europe and America will work here per hour. They pay us per hour and we are struggling. Imagine country like Liberia, whom they are yet to understand that pay time. Sometimes they pay at the end of the month, sometimes the beginning of the month, sometimes 2 months, sometimes 1 month. So how do you expect that kind of generation? And now that the entire country is hungry, has a stable income. We are talking about 30% that is working with government. Then the rest of it that has no other future. Motorbike riding is not a career, my people. We shouldn't sit down and say, oh, because our children riding motorbike, that means they are good. No, it's not a career. We shouldn't sit down for that. Oh, keke rider. Oh, my son, a keke rider. No, it's not a career, my brother and sister. Let us do things that will benefit us in the long term. I know it's hard. I understand. People do not know how it feels like. I know some people can say, I know that they can pay this woman. No, my brother and sister, I'm not getting paid. I am not on salary. I am not for anybody to say, oh, I getting her something. No, and I'm saying it here. This is about us. I have sat down in my little corner and I read and I've seen so much that is going on in different countries and how they are able to approach this disease called poverty, how they manage, how they work things out, and many other countries that did that and today are standing firm, are countries that put their energy in food production. You may wear one trousers 1 month, but you cannot eat one food for 1 month. You have to change. You can visit your doctor one time, but you have to eat 3 times a day. That's how it is when it comes to food. And don't think that what you're eating there is the only country that eating it. No. Other countries are eating the same thing. They may just prepare it in a different way. That's the only difference. Maybe the way you will cook your stew is different from the way the other person will cook it. But it means that we're using the same vegetables. We're using the same seasoning. The same pepper that is in Liberia, other countries use the pepper too. So you see how food is center to everything. But if we continue to turn our back to this food production and seek our income to go to Europe and America or to India to bring us, oh God, I pray, and I will continue to pray for those of us that have seen the true color of poverty, that our hearts and minds will be melted to changing this. It's not easy to fight those that you are fighting for is fighting against you. It's not an easy thing. When we sit here, we see things, and we say we're breaking it. We want to talk to our people to see how best they see us as an enemy of the state, rather than looking at us as people that we can work together and network. How bad it is for us to produce our own food and feed our nation, rather than for us to be waiting for food, rice and other food commodities to come from other countries. Is it bad thing? Is it worse for us to do those things togetherness? Is it bad for us to work together, at least import tractors, import seeds, help our business community to boom our local growth? Make sure that hotels and supermarkets and restaurants start to purchase from local farmers. Don't you think it is the way out to boost our own economy? But when we're talking that one, it becomes like we are in warfare. My people, we need to change our mind. As we all heading towards this change that we want, as we all heading to it, I pray and I pray with those of you. I'm calling on pastors, imams, partners of Liberia, every church, every mosque, or whatever prayer you can offer for Liberia. Do not just offer it for good leadership, offer it for Liberians' minds to change. Because the good leader does not come from outside, it comes from within us. The leadership that we are lacking of is not leadership from outside, it's the leaders from within. Our daughters, our brothers, and our sisters that we went to school with, that we stay in the community with, those ones that we all graduated from the same school. We are the people. I pray that as we are heading towards election, that we will gravitate towards creating jobs. We will leave behind party politics and we will focus on food production. Why? Because we believe that will answer our query over hunger. Even if we have the best schools in Liberia and we do not have affordable food, it is a waste because the minds need to function. But where there is no food in the belly, even if you have you can open the whole computer, you set it in our head, we still not download nothing from the data because the whole brain will be empty. That is why those of you that were in schools in the 80s, you can attest how much we enjoy the school meal. And because of school meal, children will be glad to go back to school the next day. But today, in the absence of full meal, in the absence of food, our people are still struggling. So how can we be able to help ourselves and help our nation when we do not go back to the soil and we do not move agriculture forward? So I urge every leader that is in the race that wanted to lead our people, whether you black, whether you white, whether you bright or you brown, whatever you are, I want you to take this message strongly. We are not going to sit back again and let years pass by us and we do nothing with it. If you are God destined leader for Liberia, we want you to know that you have to put agriculture now. Instead of the budgets being agriculture being the least, I think now we must put agriculture as the first or as the second. We will continue to talk. I know some of you will not want to hear it, but it is true. Before you came on a show tonight, or you listen to the show, you will know that you had to eat. And why you had to eat? Because you have to survive. So are those that are in the butchers there where there is no network. So are those that are born in those towns and villages that have not yet been able to be reached to any level of support. So are those that are jobless today, or students that are graduated from the various universities and yet to find any job or jobs. Let us all realize that we cannot build our nation on a tomb or no investment. We cannot continue to fold our hands, hoping that somebody is going to do it for us. We must start. And I want you all to join us in prayer because the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union is going to launch. This program is going to be launched this year with God above. And we are going to reach to those farmers. And we are going to talk to them. And we are going to include them in any opportunity that we have. They will not be left out. We are going to encourage and inspire our people to get involved. Because we have searched the world and we have seen that agriculture is the answer. It's proven in Nigeria today, and you can see the experiment. It's proven in Ghana today. You can see Ghana has rise up the GDP around 54% is from agriculture, while the employment of 40% employment is from agriculture in the entire country. That's Ghana for you. The same thing goes to Nigeria. It's even going as close as we live into Sierra Leone, Ivory Coast, right close to us, or even Guinea Conakry. That is our next door neighbor. Go to Guinea with your product, and you will see how much when it comes to food. The Guineans have heavily gotten involved into agriculture, and they are exporting with a huge amount. Let me look at the statistics right now, and it's going to tell us Guinea Conakry statistics on Guinea Conakry when it comes to food production. You will see, and if you think I'm joking, go on the map and you will see how much Guinea Conakry has produced. Yeah, what is the statistics on Guinea Conakry agriculture production? Yeah, wait, I'm putting it there because it didn't seem to go. Yeah, just way small so that when we are talking, it does not look that we are just talking. Because now Guinea is part of the international trade. And the reason why Guinea is part of the international trade, it is because of the production level. You cannot be, growing one cassava bed and you become a part of the international trade. The international trade comprises of more production. The international trade focuses on mass production. A country that produces a lot more can become part of it today. And if you think I'm lying, go there. Guinea is part. Why? Because the Guineans does not stay to wait for food to come from China. Matter of fact, as we Liberia, few months ago, when we were struggling for food, people reached out to me and said there was some rice that they were taking from Guinea to Liberia. How many times do you see Guineans standing online, or even our foreigners standing online for food? How many times? How many times do we actually see a country other than Liberia, the people standing online waiting for food? No, you won't see it. You won't see it. Why? Because those countries are able to look at the way out. They study the market. They study what the countries outside of Guinea, other neighboring countries are involved into. China did the same. And today, we are running into China. Today, we are struggling, all because we reject. They say Guinea, as the country's largest employer, the agriculture sector plays a major role in poverty reduction and rural development, providing income for 57% of households and employment of 52% of its labor force. And that is, I will give you the World Bank in Guinea. That's it. The World Bank in Guinea. So this is not just a story I'm saying. This is a reality for you who are have not or thought this is not the truth. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at it and understand it. So this is how I would like to come out to tonight's edition. I hope we will then sit back and reflect and move on as Liberians. Let us grab the idea and embrace the new ways of farming. Let us also see the need to get involved into agriculture. I will be here tomorrow at the same time at 7:30 p.m. So be able to share this video, be a part of this unique broadcast, share your information and share your thoughts on what you think. we can do together to move the country forward. And those that follow us online, we like to say thank you, Mr. Powell. And he's a strong woman. We say thank you so much. Madam Susan Obenike, we say too. Yeah, so I had a little network breakdown, but again, I'm back. So, my people, yeah, sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, so I had a little okay, so sorry, people, I had a problem, but I'm back. So, as I was saying to you all, in order for us to build this country called Liberia, we must change our attitude. That's going to give us all a new time, now our time to look at the opportunity that we got to be able to feed ourselves. We must stop waiting and depending on international people to come in to help us. We must now grab the attention of our mind to know that we are obligated to feeding ourselves now. Other countries have stepped in, but there are rumors of too much tension all over the world. So America is not going to be the only mothering country that will feed us. We must grab the opportunity now, like Nigeria is doing, like Guinea is doing, like Sierra Leone is doing, like other countries are doing. We can't continue to sit back and fold our hands and expect our own source or income to shut down. Because all that is happening is that we are shutting down agriculture activities with our own hands in Liberia. We are working against ourselves and we must stop. So, this is where I would like to stop. I hope you will be here tomorrow as we come around more information and more statistics of other countries. If you have not thought of one thing, I want you to think about country like Ghana. The equator is just right there. It's as hot as anything. But see how much they are embracing agriculture. And see how much they are earning in agriculture. See how much it has created jobs and see how much they are feeding themselves. We cannot find anyone to build Liberia more than us as Liberians. We cannot wait for other countries to come in to help us. We can do it. Let us embrace that in our mind. Let us accept the fact that we have to graduate from where we are and move into doing things positively in the interest of us all. Other than that, it is of no use for you to live here and build a house in Liberia. If only we do not build back the economy or the country that we send our money into. Matter of fact, we that are in the West, we pay so much money in Liberia. We pump so much money to our friends, our family. We are building our dream homes. Why? If we cannot build a society that we can go back and live into, then what, no point. If you are here working and sending your money, your high-end money to a country that you see that is not ready or is not progressing, then it is a waste. That is why we are all obligated in changing this narrative. We are all obligated in providing opportunities. We are all obligated in providing stable peace in that country. We are stakeholders and we all must share the value of that country and bring back a dignity. We shouldn't make the news and the news editors richer all because of our negligence. Liberia have so much outside of the world, all based on the negligence that we create. From the war, every newspaper was taking the headline. Don't you know that those information that were being sent out there, the news editors give so much millions of dollars? How much did we earn from it? Or when it comes to the food, no rice, the rice shortage, and newspapers were taking them and sharing them and putting them on Facebook. How much million did we enjoy from those things? We are only here continuing to cry only because we are struggling and we have embraced struggle. It is not time. 2023. We are not getting young. We are getting older. It is not time. Brothers and sisters across the world, people that are in the diaspora, I want us all to get behind this dream. If we can produce this, even as a diaspora organization that have come in, let us do it. Even as a Liberian that think that agriculture answers questions or more questions, let us do it. You can do that by sharing the information. You can still do that by creating that awareness system, by embracing others and encouraging others to come and be a part of this. Together, our voices can be heard. So I would like to stop here to say thank you. And I pray that God give us that wisdom that we need to move our country forward. We have no other country to live in peacefully more than our own country. If we do not build our own country, we will always be strangers in other countries. Let us bring back the pride of our rights as human and as a people who has come from one of Africa's greatest country. Let us move forward and let us rebuild our nation through our initiative. God bless you. God bless Mama Liberia. Let us move together. And I encourage you, all of our farmers, to get involved. If you have not registered, I will encourage you to please register. Our organic farm, Liberia Farmers Union will always be there with you and stand by you. So we encourage you to go and register. It is your right. Don't feel discouraged. It is your right. You need to exercise your constitutional right. So we encourage all of our farmers and all of our fans across Liberia to please register to get your voters registration cards. Those cards may help you as we embark on this journey of transformation. From your host, Madam Abba A. Anderson, I'd like to say God bless you. God bless Mama Liberia. Come here tomorrow, same time, and we will be here together. This is how we would like to come to tonight's, the end of tonight's edition. Hope you enjoy it and leave behind your comments because it is so valuable to us.
Welcome to Abak Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, with Abak Organic producing high-quality food with low environmental impact. Organic farming will play an essential role in developing and maintaining a sustainable food system in Liberia. To achieve this target and to help the organic sector reach its full potential, Abak Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, is putting forth an action plan for increased organic production in Liberia, including encouraging and supporting Liberians to go back to the soil and produce more food, negotiating and shifting local farm products for timely income benefits of farmers, working with farmers to grow more food, eat some, sustain their homes, and supply other parts of the world, training farmers to transition from manual to mechanized farming. In Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, our mission is to ensure a stable supply of affordable food to increase and safeguard the income of Liberian farmers to keep Liberia and its rural areas sustainably vibrant. You can become a member of Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union right now. Just dial 0880-547-543 or 0776-570-925 or 0886-199-299 or 0777-567777, or you can directly contact our CEO Abae Addison on +447 943 523387. and you join immediately. Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, we are partners for good.
And so, thank you. We are partner for good. See you tomorrow, same time. Be a part. Let us change Liberia together. God bless you. Good night.